So, Henry Slade, you have re-signed with Exeter Chiefs. It was in 2012 that you made your debut. Do you ever think you could have foreseen being sat here 14 years later, signing a new contract?
Well, no, I always hoped to. So I'm very grateful to be able to be saying I'm doing that. I think when we were younger as academy players, sort of 18 years old, first coming up, leaving home, starting our careers with Exeter Chiefs, we always used to sit around the lounge in our academy house and just think about how cool it would be to even just play one game together for the first team. And thankfully I've been able to do it a number of times. Feel very privileged and very honoured and very lucky to be able to have done that in front of such a good group of fans, so close to home, around my family, which is a big thing as well. So yeah, really happy.
And like you say, your family are here, so was it an easy decision to stay?
Yeah, in the end, yeah, it was. I mean, it's amazing being able to play in front of all my friends and family. Really, they can come up whenever they want. It's only an hour up the road or half an hour up the road for some of them. So yeah, for them to be able to see me play every other week. Mum and Dad come to pretty much every game anyway, wherever it is. So big up you, Mum and Dad. Yeah, it's amazing. Like all my family here. I've created my own little family here. Yeah, I can't speak more highly of it really.
What is it about Chiefs as a club that you seem to love so much?
I think the group of boys really. I mean, there's been a few different groups over my time, but it's all the thing that hasn't changed is they've always been really close together off the pitch. And some really good guys, made some great friends. Sort of the group when I first started playing, obviously, it changed to sort of the team that we sort of won a lot of silverware with, and then more recently it's changed again. But with every group, it's been amazing in different ways. Got a lot, like I said, a lot of friends that I have for life. On and off the pitch, it's been enjoyable every day. Like you come into training, it's not like, oh, I've got to go to training. Like, it's Tuesday, because Tuesday it's wet, it's cold, wind's blowing sideways, rain's coming in. But even when it's like that, you still want to come in, see the boys. Yeah, that's the most special part, I think.
You mentioned the different groups you've been a part of there, and I know it'll be a hard task with how many games you've played, but do you have a favourite moment, a favourite game, something that you look back on and think, that's the one I think about?
I think the one that sticks in my mind the most is actually watching an old housemate of mine, Michele Campagnaro, kick the ball out from the base of the ruck in extra time in 2017 to win the final against Wasps. I remember him looked like someone was close to charging him down. I was in the pocket ready just for him to pass me the ball back, kick the ball out. But he kicked it, and I remember panicking, thinking he's going to get charged down, we're going to lose. But yeah, I think just, I don't know what it is about that little moment, just that's the moment we won the Premiership for the first time ever. That was really special. There's been loads, obviously, every time we've won silverware. My first game for the club was really cool. There's been trips away in Europe that have been really memorable, but yeah, that's probably the one moment I think about. That's probably my favourite memory.
Having accomplished all of that, what keeps you motivated? What is it that you think, I still want to achieve these different goals?
I think my motivation's always been that I love to win, love winning, and I really hate losing. The motivation's always been to win every time you step on the pitch, and to get better and better each day, to give ourselves the best chance of doing that. And I think over the years we've been pretty consistent as a whole squad of doing that, to be honest, and we've had a lot of people driving that, whether it's myself or a lot of other boys driving that week, day to day, week to week. But yeah, that's definitely it. More recently, I've got a young family, like I spoke about, trying to do as well as I can to best provide for those guys. Seeing their little faces at the end of the day is really cool, so everything I can do to give back to them and to provide for them is a huge thing. yeah, the main thing, and which will always be the main thing, I guess, is the will to win and be successful, and that will never change.
One individual win that you got this year already is 1,000 points for Chiefs. How did it feel to kick that point that took you over?
Well, I wasn't aware of it until in the week building up to it, and Rob said if I get however many points it was, that I get to 1,000 points. And I remember being over counting how many points I was on that game so far, and I was over the ball about to do a kick, and I was like, oh, this gets me 1,000 points. I don't know, I never think about anything like that during a kick, but then I did think about it, but luckily I got it, and Monkey was off the back. But yeah, it was cool. I didn't, like I said, I didn't really know how many points I was on before that. Obviously, I spent a number of years here playing but not kicking, and so to reach 1,000 is really cool.
Any chance you think you'll charge down Steno's record?
No, I don't get any chance of that. I had too many years playing when he was kicking. But yeah, obviously you can't complain about that. He was an unbelievable kicker. So yeah, that's not getting touched for a long time, I don't think. Fair play, Steno.
As one of only 3 double winners still at the club from those times where finals were regular in terms of appearances in them, do you feel a duty to lead the squad, or are you looking around and seeing players like David Jenkins, Ethan Roots, who are still so young in their careers but are really coming to the forefront already?
I think as you get older and more experienced, I think you naturally sort of become a bit more of a leadership, take more of a leadership role, whether it's consciously or subconsciously. Something I probably always have tried to do a little bit anyway, but yeah, I've enjoyed that side of the game. But I think, like you spoke about with Daff, Rootsy, and some of the younger boys coming through now and being really prominent in our leadership group, I've been really impressed with those guys and how they've stepped up and been dictating things. Daff especially, obviously, he's been captain of the club for a couple of years now. When he first took over, was he 20 years old, 21 years old? Incredible, really. And I think the sort of strides he's made in the last couple of years, I've been really impressed with him, really proud of him actually. The last season especially, because it was so tough, but the way he dealt with that, things he was saying each week, trying to get the boys going. I think he's a fantastic leader and will be great for years to come. Was he 23 now? 23, still learning so much, but already knows a lot himself. So yeah, he's been brilliant. He's the sort of guy you want to sort of lead, you want to lead a group to get behind. He's easy to follow, so it's good having Daff there.
When you were growing up and watching Chiefs teams, did you have favourite players that you thought, I'd like to emulate them? Because a lot of people would have you as their favourite player now.
Well, growing up I was actually a Plymouth Albion supporter. Wasn't watching Chiefs. But as soon as there was a sniff about me getting into the academy at Chiefs, I was all in Chiefs. There was no academy at Plymouth, so that was my route to being a professional player, and I've never looked back since then. Obviously, as soon as I came in, there were some big names at the club that were sort of had got us to this point. You look at the likes of Gareth Steenson. I was a fly half coming up through the academy, so he was always the guy I sort of looked up to see how to act and how to manage a team, how to prepare a team for a game at a weekend. I thought he was very good at that. One of his major strengths was how he communicated with the boys and how he got his message across. So I learnt a lot of things from him. As a 10, you've got to have a good relationship with the 9s. Hayden Thomas, who's now our coach here, played a lot of games with Hayden when I was first coming through especially. I think my first European start was Toulon away with me at 10 and Hayden at 9, that was pretty cool. Then there's boys, we've had some fantastic players here, like Tom Johnson was sort of paving the way. First chief to be an international, and sort of gave you the belief to think, oh, you can play for Exeter and go on and play for England. And I think that was really cool. He was sort of the first guy to do that, and then a few of us younger lads sort of followed him afterwards. Loads of boys sort of, when he first sort of come in, sort of set the tone, and were the guys who sort of drove the ethos of the place.
You spoke about Tom Johnson paving the way in terms of England, but you're sat in front of a photo of you winning an under-20s title. that's on the same wall as boys that did it over a decade after you and showed that academy boys can come straight through this system, not only become first team boys but become England boys. Is that quite cool to witness, that they have done exactly what you did?
Yeah, it was cool, and I remember watching their final and thinking, it sort of took me back to ours and the emotions I felt and we felt as a team. I was thinking that those boys would be going through exactly the same, and I'm sure they had a great night afterwards like we did. But yeah, so I think the Junior World Cups are amazing, and the age group stuff is really cool. But then it obviously is different from men's rugby, and I think when you're in the under-20s, yeah, it's brilliant at the time, but all you want to do is get playing men's rugby. And thankfully I was managed to transition to that fairly quickly, and yeah, it's really cool.
And you also mentioned your Plymouth days, or maybe slightly lesser known fact. Your current teammate Greg Fisselow, you played with his dad at Plymouth. Is that a little crazy to look at Greg sometimes and think, I'm still playing and Greg is now playing with me?
That's probably the thing that, when I first think about it, that's probably the thing that makes me feel the oldest. But Kenny was at the tail end of his career, and he was older, but he was still killing people. He was still banging everyone. So it was very cool to play with Kenny. It was like when I was my first sort of experience of men's rugby. I was at 10 and I had Kenny at 12 beside me, just protecting me. He was smashing everyone that came down my channel. If we needed to go forward, just tipped it to Kenny and he would get us on the front foot. So yeah, see him. He comes to watch Greg all the time, so we see him every couple of weeks, which is pretty cool. But yeah, he was sort of one of my first memories of professional sport. He was actually also my favourite player as an Albion player growing up. So I was mascot one day, I remember when I was about 10 years old, and I ran out holding his hand. And then fast forward a few years, I'm playing with him, and then fast forward another few years, I'm playing with his son, which is actually mental. But yeah, cheers Kenny.
Boys like Greg are having great seasons, you're having a great season. Ollie Woodburn, Jack Yendall look like they're turning back the clock. Daft Jenkins we've already mentioned. It feels like something special is brewing amongst this squad. How intriguing is that to be a part of and think what this squad could go on to achieve?
Yeah, it's really it's really exciting to be a part of. I mean, you listed a few of the players there, but there's so many more boys that are incredible players. Probably haven't got the recognition they fully deserve yet. But if they put another couple of seasons of it, they're going to, I'm sure. A lot of very talented players that work very hard. All pretty grounded and like a good head on their shoulders. I think it's an exciting time. They're at a good age now. They're not 18 years old. They're young to early 20s, and this is sort of period in your career where you learn a lot, but you push on and you progress pretty quickly. So really exciting time for the club. Like I said, a number of outstanding individuals. But I think the most important thing is everyone's connecting and coming together really well. I think because rugby is like the ultimate team sport, really, isn't it? You can't do anything with one player on their own. It's about the collective, the 15, the 23. So I think the way the teams come together is outstanding, and it's obviously even better knowing that there's so many good players within that.
And this contract means that you'll continue to be a part of that, and you'll continue to experience the atmosphere of running out at Sandy Park as a Chief. How excited are you for all those games to come?
Yeah, very excited. Like I said, it was an easy decision in the end. To be able to run out here, call this place home for another couple of years is amazing. You never take it for granted running out at Sandy Park, especially in front of a packed house. Yeah, it's so cool. The fans they're brilliant. They travel really well. They travel with us everywhere. So can't thank those guys enough. Hopefully we can give them a few things to get behind and cheer in the next couple of years. Cheers.